Hello everyone and welcome to this lesson. Today we'll be talking about the equivalent of verb have in modern standard Arabic. It's important to notice that we don't actually have a verb that corresponds to have, but we have these two words, عند and لدى. Both these words are not verbs. They are not conjugated as verbs. Instead, they are classified as something called ظرف مكان, or a word that indicates location. So they are more like something when you say with or at. So, for example, when we say I have a car, we don't actually use the word have as a verb, but we say something like with me a car, if this makes it easier to understand. So we will see how to use these two words in expressing the meaning of verb have in English. For the first word عند, we find that it has some conjugation, but it's not a verb conjugation. Yet it has the same idea of having different forms in first person, second person, third person, and in singular and plural. We have for first person, we say I have عندي. You have for male singular عندك. You have for female singular عندك. He has عنده. She has عندها. And then for plural, for we have عندنا. You have for when addressing a group of males or mixed عندكم. You have for addressing a group of females عندكن. When you're addressing two people, you have عندكما. They have for a group of male or mixed عندهم. They have for a group of females عندهن. They for dual عندهما. And then for لدى, it has also similar distribution. Say I have لدي. You have لديك. You have for female singular لديك. He has لديه. She has لديها. And for plural, we have لدينا. You have, when addressing a group of males or mixed, لديكم. You have for addressing a group of females لديكن. You have for addressing two people لديكما. They have for a group of males or mixed لديهم. They have for a group of females لديهن. They have for two people لديهما. You can notice for the word لدى that in the conjugations that we have seen, it's all becoming لدي, لديهما, لديكم, لدي. So the rule here is that since لدى ends with ألف لينة, this letter لدى, this ألف لينة is originally ياء, so it's لدي. And this appears only when a pronoun is attached to the end of it. So لدى and the pronoun ها, for example, becomes لديه and لديها and so forth. So we can see this in an example like this. For the sentence لدى الجيران كلب. The neighbors have a dog. So in this case we see that لدى is not followed by a pronoun, so it becomes normally لدى. However, if it is followed by a pronoun, it becomes لديهم لديهم, so it becomes الجيران لديهم كلب الجيران لديهم كلب. And these two sentences mean the same thing. It's just that for this particular structure we can use these different word orders. Let's move to some examples. The verb have and its equivalent in modern standard Arabic عند and لدى can be used to indicate that we have some pets. So we can say something like عندي قطة عندي قطة, I have a cat. هل عندك كلب هل عندك كلب, do you have a dog, addressing a singular male. لدينا سمكة لدينا سمكة, we have a fish. لديكم ببغاء لديكم ببغاء, you have a parrot, addressing a group of males or mixed. عنده سلحفاة عنده سلحفاة, he has a turtle. لديها حصان لديها حصان, she has a horse. And we can use it also to indicate some intangible or abstract things. Something like I have a problem, we can say that لدي مشكلة لدي مشكلة, I have a problem. هل لديك الحل هل لديك الحل, do you have the solution, and here we're addressing a female singular. And something like عندنا سؤال عندنا سؤال, we have a question. هل عندكم الإجابة هل عندكم الإجابة, do you have the answer, addressing a group of males or mixed. لديه اعتراض لديه اعتراض, he has an objection. عندها معلومات عندها معلومات, she has information. We can also use the verb have to indicate ownership or owning certain property or things. Like عندي بيت, I have a house. عندي بيت. هل عندك دراجة هل عندك دراجة, do you have a bicycle, addressing a singular male. هل لديكم سيارة هل لديكم سيارة, do you have a car, addressing a group of males or mixed. عندها قارب عندها قارب, she has a boat. لدينا مزرعة لدينا مزرعة, we have a farm. عنده شركة عنده شركة, he has a company. And then we can use it when we're talking about people. We can say something like عندي أخ وأخت عندي أخ وأخت, I have a brother and a sister. هل لديك إخوة هل لديك إخوة هل لديك إخوة, do you have siblings, addressing a singular female. هل عندكم أطفال هل عندكم أطفال, do you have children, addressing a group of males or mixed. عندنا أصدقاء من الهند عندنا أصدقاء من الهند, we have friends from India. عنده صديق من نيجيريا عنده صديق من نيجيريا, he has a friend from Nigeria. لديها زميلة من باكستان لديها زميلة من باكستان, she has a colleague from Pakistan. Notice that we can also use عند and لدى for expressions related to time or to events. So for example, we can say something like عندي محاضرة عندي محاضرة, I have a lecture. Or something like هل لديك وقت؟ هل لديك وقت؟ Do you have time? Or something like لدينا حفلة. لدينا حفلة. We have a party. هل لديكن اجتماع؟ هل لديكن اجتماع? Do you have a meeting when addressing a group of females? Something like عنده مقابلة. عنده مقابلة. He has an interview. Or something like لديها مكالمة. لديها مكالمة. She has a call. We can also use the Arabic equivalent of have to describe illnesses or other bodily conditions. But for some reason it seems that عند sounds more appropriate, but I don't have really a rule for that. So we can say something like عندي صداع. عندي صداع. I have a headache. Or عندي جرح في ساقي. عندي جرح في ساقي. I have a wound in my leg. Or something like عندي حمى. عندي حمى. I have fever. Or عندي التهاب في الحلق. عندي التهاب في الحلق. I have sore throat. We can say عندي ألم في معدتي. عندي ألم في معدتي. I have pain in my stomach. We can say عندي حساسية من اللبن. عندي حساسية من اللبن. I have milk allergy. In addition to عند and لدى, there is actually a verb called يملك or يمتلك, which is used only in the condition that we possess or own something. So for example, when we say عندي سيارة, meaning that I own a car, so I can either say عندي سيارة. عندي سيارة, I have a car. Or I can say أملك سيارة. أملك سيارة, I own a car. Similarly, we can say something like هل لديك بيت? هل لديك بيت? Do you have a house? Or we can say هل تمتلك بيتا? هل تمتلك بيتا? Notice that the noun that comes after the verb has tanween fatha in it, which, if we remember from the lesson about tanween, it's an indication that it is in the object position. So here we can say bayt, and in the object position it's baytan. And here we have sayyara, and in the object position it's sayyaratan. And we can also here have something like هل عندكم مصنع? هل عندكم مصنع? Do you have a factory? When addressing a group of males or mixed, we can say something like هل تمتلكون مصنعا? هل تمتلكون مصنعا? Notice that this idea about tanween fatha, and because masna here is in object position. Now we have seen a lot of examples, so it's time for you to do some exercise. I think it would be very helpful if you try to form sentences from the examples we have shown earlier. So make up sentence like I have a factory, they have a house, she has a dog, or any combinations from what we have seen before. And make sure to follow us on Facebook and on Twitter, and click subscribe and like this video, and also visit our website for a lot of material about learning Arabic. Thank you so much.